Thank you, Amy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our meeting. It's so nice to see you all today. So happy that you could make it to our meeting. Today we have, as Amy mentioned, we have guests joining us from another club. So please give a round of applause and welcome our fellow Toastmasters to our meeting. I would actually, as we have tradition, to ask our guests to have a short introduction, and therefore I wonder if you audible and available. We can start with Annie. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, hello everyone. Good to see you, all of you guys. Actually, I'm from another Toastmaster club in China, and I'm from District 118, Division I, Area 1, and I'm also the area director. I'm from Be With You Toastmaster Club, and so happy because we want to have another joint meeting with your clubs. So tonight, I hope I can fully join and feel relaxed tonight.
Oh,
By the
thank
way,
you
my name
so
is
much.
Annie.
Annie. Hello, Annie. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining us and welcome to our buddies meeting. So
thank you.
happy to have you here. And Elliot, can you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. I'm Elat, and I'm also from the same club as Annie from Be With Your Club of Shenzhen and from District 11A, and I'm VPN of Be With Your Club. And I'm also very happy to be here. I'm looking forward, in the future, we can have a very good joint meeting together. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today. And you have also Jesse, right, with you, and Thomas. Jesse, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jesse Chan. I'm the founding VPPR of Be With You Toastmasters Club. And I'm also a founding president of Public Relations Toastmasters Club. I'm also in District 118, serving as the branding chair and translation chair for our district for the past 2 years. It's very nice to be here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. And Thomas.
Hello.
Hello.
So, I'm the VP. I'm also from Be With You Toastmaster Club, and I'm serving as currently as the VP. And I'm also here to join and learn from you, and very happy to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and very welcome to our meeting. So nice having you here. We also have one more guest, Abi, who is also be serving today as a timer. Abi, can you introduce yourself to our guests?
Hi everyone, my name is Habi and I'm excited to be here today. It's my second time coming, so I believe there'll be lots of improvement today. Thank you everyone.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking the timer role. We don't worry, we will support you. So just try to enjoy it. All right. And today we have our new member, Hari, who is gonna serve as a Toastmaster of the day. So I will ask everyone to support Hari and help on this journey. As you know, it's for the first time, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So please give warm applause and support Hari in his role. Hari, floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Valery. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, DTM, and guests. My name is Hari. I will be your Toastmaster of the day. Today's meeting theme is gratitude. Gratitude is when you feel thankful for good things in your life. This could be stuff people often take for granted, like having a place to live, food, clean water, friends, and family. Gratitude is taking a moment to reflect how lucky you are. Some good happens when it is, whether it is small or big. That's it. So we are going to next section. Next, let us meet our facilitator team for today's meeting, starting with the timer. Everyone, please welcome today's timer, the young and energetic guest, Ms. Abhi.
Hello, everybody, once again. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that I'll be having lots of support. My name is Habi, and I'll be the timer for today. And as the timer, I'm going to signal when the time is up for each speech. So when you see the green signal, it means that you've met up with the evaluated time for the speech. When you see the red signal, and I'll be doing that by changing my background. When you have the yellow signal, it's yellow signal after the green signal, that means that it's almost time to wrap up. And when you see the red signal, that shows that your time is up. You should wrap up the speech. And I believe that everybody will have a great time during today's speech, and I will try to support with the signals as much as possible. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Abhi. Next, our grammarian. Everyone, please welcome today's grammarian, Ma'am Toastmaster Mary Kosovich.
Hi there. Good morning. So as grammarian, it's my responsibility to try to help us improve our English grammar. So I'll be taking a listen for errors in the use of the English language, but I will also be trying to identify particularly good uses of the English language. In addition, it's my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. And today, the word of the day is kind of a fun word. It's flummox. And flummox just means confused. So don't confuse me. Don't flummox me. The road signs were very confusing. The road signs were very flummoxing. So it's a synonym for the word confuse or bewilder. So please use the word of the day during your table topics for discussion. At the end of the meeting, I will provide feedback not only on the use of the word of the day, but also on the use of the English language. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Ma'am Toastmaster Mary. Now we are entering to prepared speech section, and evaluator 1 will be presenting speaker number 1. Everyone, welcome our first evaluator, Mr. Kannan.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Juana is going to give a motivational speech. I am very much interested in hearing that. And the title of the speech is Divine Love. Divine Love. I'm going to welcome her. And this is not based on any project. She is going to try it out. I am very eager to listen about the divine love. Let us all welcome Juana, Toastmaster Juana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kannan. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. As you know, the topic or the theme of the meeting is gratitude. And based on that, I decided to prepare my speech. There are 2 important people in my life that I have no words to express gratitude. And I'm talking about my parents. My mom and my dad were born in Mexico, in the south part of Mexico. The name of the state is Guerrero. My mom lost her parents when she was 7 years old. And my dad lost his father when he was probably 6 years old. And they were 2 amazing children, but they needed a lot of love and a lot of guidance. Eventually, 20 years later, they met in Mexico City. Destiny is what happened. They got married. They started a small business because they didn't have the opportunity to get an education. They didn't complete a college degree at all, but they wanted to make a living, and they have so many dreams that they wanted to accomplish, especially because I was born. So this is where the gratitude starts coming into my life, because even without any guidance, even without any support, because they didn't have their parents, they made myself their motivation to continue in life and to dream big for myself. Eventually, I got a brother, which is an amazing blessing. That will be another topic for another presentation, for sure. And I just have to say that they did so many sacrifices. My parents, they would not buy new clothes for themselves, new shoes, a new car. They just wanted to do everything for myself, everything for my brother. And now when I think about it, I don't think there were sacrifices, and I don't think they saw it like that. I think those were expressions of divine love. That's what they were. And at the end of the day, I was able to graduate in one of the most well-known universities in Mexico City. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. Eventually, I moved to the US. I got a master's degree, etc. I have a very decent life. My brother, for his side, he became a computer science engineer. He's doing wonderful in Mexico City. In short, I would not be who I am right now, my brother either, if it wasn't because of the divine love of my parents. And I just have to say that it's very hard when you feel all this gratitude and you want to express that and you don't have them in this life anymore. But I decided to start thinking, especially last year, what is the best way to express gratitude to them, even if they're not here anymore? And I came to the conclusion that the best way to do it is by my actions, to make sure that everything that I do every day, I actually show their values that they taught me, that I go by their example and I become another example for younger generations, and I pass that. And I think that gives me a lot of peace, and that gives me a lot of happiness to make sure that every day I can go to bed and I can feel that they also have gratitude for the woman that I have become. So that's what I wanted to make sure that I share with you. I wanted to invite you also, if you still have your parents alive, take the opportunity. And if you can every day, or if not every day, whenever you can, just show your gratitude. Because let me tell you, your parents, they are not only the people that gave you or that brought you alive in this world, but also, even when they're not here, they're still gonna give you and the divine love, and they're also gonna be watching over you, no matter where you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, Toastmaster Joanna, for that wonderful speech. Now presented our second speaker. Everyone, please welcome our second evaluator, Mr. Vivek, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and hello, everyone. Today, Valerie is going to give an impromptu speech, and as such, it's not, this speech does not have any objective, and I will be evaluating this speech in general, and I'm wishing good luck to Valerie. Over to you, Valerie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vivek. Let me see now. I will be sharing my screen. I hope it's gonna work just fine. And today I want to talk about small talks. I don't know if I can hide the video, and I hope you see my screen. And the reason why I want to talk about small talks, it was actually I was going to a conference this week, and all the time you meet new people, all the time you start conversation is always challenging. You never know what to start with, how to deal with that. And I said, like, okay, I need to find a way how to start the conversation, how to get it rolling. So I was checking different sources, and it was appeared to be I'm not only the one having this small struggle, and I was wondering if any one of you here in the meeting has any great suggestion how to deal with small talks. Please unmute yourself if you have something to say or share on this topic.
I do, Valerie.
Oh, please, Marina.
Ask the other person something about themselves. People like to talk about themselves, and that will open the way for conversation.
Oh, thank you. That's a great tip. Thank you. Anyone else? Any secrets that you were using?
Yeah, it's
Meeting new
Vivek
people?
here.
Yes,
And I
Vivek?
think can talk about the common topics. Like in India, we are crazy about cricket and movies. So normally we converse about those things.
Oh, thank you. That's really good tips. And those I actually found also here some model how you incorporate those topics into your conversation. So the suggestion is to think about your conversation as this triangle, where on the bottom of triangle you have your small talks. And as Marina mentioned and as Vivek suggested, you can start with a personal question to ask questions or to talk about some common topic in the culture or in the society. And it will open up for a new, like other topics where you want to actually move to the center of this triangle, which is more tailored topics. So you want to go to the discussions where where your topic is more related to the person or to the whole event. Then on the top of this triangle, you have nirvana discussions. If you remember one of the conversation you had with your best friend, which you could have like continue for hours during the night. This is where you reach nirvana topics. And it's really good to know where you are when you're having this conversation and be ready that maybe when you're meeting a person for the first time, you are not going to reach nirvana discussions. You want to probably end up somewhere in the tailored topics. And while you're moving through this, just remember that you have certain time, and that you probably, if you are meeting someone only for 5 minutes, you won't be able to even move to tailored topics, or you won't be able to have time to go there. So just be aware where you are in this conversation and not try to push hard. That's one part. The other part, when you're moving through this triangle, you start with the small talks, and as Marina mentioned, you can ask questions. It's a great starter, then it will give you some ideas what you can talk more about. You can also, if you see that the person is not responding to your questions, you might share your story. That will help to open up a little bit more this person, make this person comfortable to talk to you. And then another one trick, have a golden question ready. And by the golden question, they mean you have a question that anyone can talk, anyone ready to answer this question. And that can be different topics, maybe cricket, as Vivek mentioned, or it could be something that is common in society to talk about. And think about also the goal of your conversation. One of them could be build relationship. Then you probably want to ask more questions. You want to get know person more. You want to share more about yourself. Sometimes you want to get more information, and you most probably will be more asking question and listening. But sometimes the conversation has to be fun. So it's more about joking, telling funny stories, and that's all. you don't need to go anywhere else. That's just fine. Just remember what is your goal of communication with other person. And as a summary, so remember those three things when you're getting into small talks. Use the triangle model and remember that you are not always want to end up in nirvana talks. So you will go between small talks and tailored talks. Think about the goal. It will always a good idea to remember what's your goal and work towards it. And have a golden question ready. In case conversation doesn't go further, you just roll that question and then you open up a person. If you want to know more, there is a great podcast which I borrowed, which I listened to and get these ideas from. So you can check out and see how that works. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmasters Day, Harry.
Thank you, Mr. Valery, for the wonderful speech. Now, I would like to request that best speaker poll please be shared with our audience. Everyone, now the time to vote for your favorite prepared speech of the day. Host, please open the poll. Here I have to remind the theme of the day. Be thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. Quoted by Oprah Winfrey. So let us move in next session for impromptu speech. Now we will move the second section. Please welcome our table topic master of the day, DTM Bruce Yu.
Thank you very much, Harry. Oh, now you can see the poll probably, and please choose your favorite speaker here.
Yeah, sorry, just now I double confirm if it's correct for the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
just
that's right.
Bruce, just add everybody, including the guest, can vote, so that the other club members also can vote for that.
Okay. Okay, please. Okay. But anyway, I don't want to blackmail you with your poll. Let's begin with our table topics. As all of you or most of you are Toastmasters, and you know how important impromptu speaking in our daily life, right? So prepare ourselves all the time to be ready in any situation is crucial. So today I prepared some questions, but as the meeting theme goes like gratitude, right? Most of you or us know that gratitude can be very helpful strategy for feeling happier or more resilient against the stress. And showing gratitude is a very practical tactic to build rapport between one and another. And today I prepared some topics that are related to gratitude. And I hope these questions can give you some inspiration on how grateful we should be in this lifelong journey. And for any speaker, when you are called upon or when you volunteer to speak, you have 1 to 2 minutes to give your answer to one question. At 1 minute, you will see the green color or the green signal. At 1.5, you will see the yellow color from our timer. At 2, you will see the red color. After that, you still have 30 seconds as great time to wrap up your speech. Now, I want to ask some volunteers. If no volunteer, I will pick you up there. Any volunteer. You can choose raise your hand, or you can just use the button to raise your hand virtually there. Any volunteer. Okay, Vivek, thank you very much. Your question is, what are you grateful for about your current life stage? What are you grateful for about your current life stage?
Okay. Thank you for this topic. And I feel that I'm blessed with so many things. First of all, I am grateful for my family. I have a loving wife, I have loving son, and I have so many good friends. So I'm very grateful for those people who are around me, and they are always there to help me. And apart from my family, I'm also grateful for the company I'm working. And it's been 16 years since I'm working in the same company, and I love the company I'm working in. So that is another great thing in my life for which I'm great, for which I have a lot of gratitude. And apart from that, uh, yeah, so basically these are two things for which I'm very, very grateful. And without having the support of my company and without having the support of my family, I think I would not be as fulfilled and satisfied in my life as I feel now. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Vivek, for your answer. What a lovely answer. Family and a company. Yes, two main sources. One is for love, another is for capital to support your family. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I just want to volunteer from our guest. Any volunteer? Jesse, would you like to take one? Hello, Jesse. Can you hear me? How about Elat? Do you want to try one? Uh-huh. Okay. Then it's fine. Annie, do you want to take one?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Your question is, what's a hard lesson you were grateful to learn in a mild way? What is the hard lesson you were grateful to learn in a mild way?
Okay, thank you so much. But before I get started, can I ask how many time do I have during this part?
1 to 2 minutes. One, you will see the green, and at 2, you will see the red. After that, you still have 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Bruce.
Okay.
The hard lesson for me. Actually, after I graduated from my college, that is my 4th year in the society. The hardest lesson for me is how to deal with my personality and how to deal with the connection with other people. For me, before I was an introverted person, it's really hard for me to communicate with another people and to express myself very clearly. But I read a book before, which was written by Sheryl Sandberg, the previous chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg. Her book named Lean In, which for women of all ages to encourage women to really believe themselves and believe their dreams. And so because a lot of women really afraid of raise their hands, maybe they can do 100% of this job, but they're afraid of a lot of things. She encouraged women to believe themselves, believe their dreams, and not based on our gender, but because of we really sure that we can do that. And after I read that book, I try harder to express myself and also try to pretend more extroverted when I communicating with other people. So by pretending, finally, I truly become more extroverted. So the hardest lesson for me is fix with my personality and try to be brave to others. Thank you so much. Back to Table Topic
Thank you,
Master.
Annie. Wow, what a transformation for you. from an introverted person to extroverted, and fake it until make it. Now, any volunteer for next question? Hello, everyone. Okay, Avantika. Okay, your question can be very interesting. What is a relationship in your life that gives you a lot of feelings of stability? What's a relationship in your life that gives you lots of feelings of stability?
Okay, thank you for the topic, table topics master. So the relationship which gives me most stability in my life is probably with my sister. My sister was born like around 10 years before, back in 2014. And before, I used to be the only child in my family, and I used to have a lot of love from both of my parents, obviously. And when my sister came, I just fell totally in love with her, because when she was born, she felt like the cutest thing in the whole wide world to me. So she pretty much became my entire world. And obviously, I didn't get that much attention as before, but I got slowly used to it. I really do love spending time with her. I like, if you ask me 10 years back, I would still be able to, be okay with being a single child. But right now, I cannot imagine my life being a single child. It is so hard for me to stay without my sister. And if she comes, currently, my college timings are such that my sister comes later than me. So I become very sad and lonely when does isn't at home. And yeah, it's the one relationship I really enjoy. And and my sister is probably the only person who will stay with me for my entire life. So she is the person she's the most important relationship in my current life. Thank you for the topic, Toastmaster, table topic master, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Avantika. Yeah, your little sister. That's very lovely. And actually, I'm the most youngest child in my family, so I didn't have these burdens. Thank you for sharing that. Now, any volunteer? Hello. I think my connection has some problem here, maybe. Can you all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. How about Mary? Do you want to try one?
Yes. Okay.
Harry, okay, Harry's okay too. Okay. What is an aspect of your personality you are grateful for? What is an aspect of your personality you are grateful for? Is it clear? I will put it in the chat too.
Again, I need to repeat your question, please.
Yeah, what is an aspect of your personality that you are grateful for? I put the question in the chat.
Thank you, table topic master, Mr. Bruce. My personality, based on how I'm expression, it looks like the opposite person grade about my personality. How to talk, how I am having a relationship with others, how to deal with others. Based on they can create my personality. So whenever I am getting the remarks or any corrections from the friends or my mentors or any other masters, so I used to immediately change myself. So once I took a decision to change myself into next level, if I want to grade into next level, then it will show my personality to opposite person or who is looking me. I am become my personality will reflect on that manner. So I always deal with a gratitude manner to whom I am dealing. I used to deal with a gratitude manner. That makes me the more powerful personality person in front of my family as well as professional life. Thank you, Toastmaster DTM. Table topping master, back to you.
Thank you very much, Harry, for your wonderful question. Answer. And but you have to understand that you are unique in this universe. Just be yourself, and I think you can achieve more. Okay. And now, any volunteer? Any volunteer? Mary Kay, do you want to take one?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, very good. And who is a teacher or mentor to you whose wise advice you still treasure? Who is a teacher or mentor whose wise advice you still treasure?
So actually, when you were talking a little bit earlier, I was thinking about my mom. And my mom was not, she wasn't super popular or anything like that, but she was a very wise woman. She would say things like, you always respect everybody, no matter who. It was probably one of the most important lessons I ever learned. She said, you treat people with the same way that you want to be treated, and you treat the janitor the same way you treat the president of the company. Those kind of things have stuck with me for the past 60 years. And I do feel that it's made my life better, and it's helped me dealing with other folks so much better. Some other things that my mom taught me were that I could do not anything. She says, I couldn't be the Pope, for example, but you can do a lot of things, and that you should try to focus on what you can do and to try to be the best you can be. So, I went to school for engineering. Now I know that a lot of folks here are engineers, but at the time I went, it was not a very popular thing for a woman. Never even gave it a second thought, because that's what I wanted to do. And I owe that confidence and that tenacity to my mother. So with that, who's my favorite mentor that I owe a lot to? It was my mom. So thank you, and back to you, Bruce.
Thank you for sharing, Mary. I think, I completely agree with you that, our parents are the ones that supported us unconditionally, and they hope we will become the best in the world. Thank you. Now I will move on. We still have some time, right? And I want a guest, any guest is waiting to give an answer to one question. How about Thomas?
All right.
You want to try one? Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
My countryman. Okay. Do you have a friend who gives you good entertainment recommendations? Entertainment. Yes. Do you have a friend who gives you a good entertainment recommendations? Do you have a friend who gives you good entertainment recommendations?
Oh, this is my topic. I'll start right now.
Yes, right. Yes. Go ahead.
So we all know that friends are in many times very precious assets in our lives, and I'm very grateful and also very happy to have such a friend, which is my high school and also my middle school classmate, and I think he's a very creative person, and whenever he met with some trouble, he would always find out some creative solutions to solve it. And as a student who has just finished the college entrance examination here in mainland China, it's kind of very stressful for us to take the exam, and at that period of time, we have a lot of homework to do and also a lot of paperwork. And as a result, we need a lot of high quality entertainment in order to relax yourself and prepare us better for the upcoming life. And at that time, I was still struggled with games because I was very obsessed with video games because video games are so funny. It's just kind of created like this so that it can grab all of your attention. But my friend is so happy. But my friend, my classmate, he was so creative that he has told me the essence of video games is that a lot of low quality video games are just designed so that it can take your breath, it can take your attention for a lot of time, but not giving you any new material of knowledge or new material of experience. So he gave me an advice that instead of playing some low quality video games, you can search for some high quality video games just positively, just take the initiative to find a video game that really suits you. Because instead of impassively receive some video games that just grabs your attention, you can seek out, you can go out and seek for something that is really good for your for your life, that really suits your interests. So at last, as a person who was very interested in tanks, I found such a video game who really suits my taste, and at last it brought me a lot of interest and also a lot of good quality in my life. So I think that's the friend in my life that really gives me a suggestion to the question that have flummoxed me for a lot of time. Back to you, Table Topics, Matt.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Wow, what a wonderful friend and what a wonderful answer. And I'm very glad that you have such a friend that help you to turn the negative effect of the video games to positive outcome. Thank you for sharing. I believe we still have one more question here. Any volunteer? One more only. How about Marina? Do you want to take one? Okay, great. If you have kids, what are you grateful for about parenting your kids at their current age? If you have kids, yes.
I actually don't, Bruce. I don't have human children, but I've got fur children. And I think very much on the discipline side of life, the same applies to fur children as it does to human children. There is nothing worse than an undisciplined animal. And if anybody has visited a home where a dog arrives and jumps on top of you when you've got your nice clean outfit on, that is absolutely the worst. And a cat which scratches the furniture is an absolute no-no in our home. And I have noticed that animals actually like discipline. We have a big dog as well, and he very often will look to us for guidance. If I go walking out in the bushland with him, I notice that he will run ahead, but he will always look back to see where I am, to make sure that when I say, no, we are going to turn and we are going this way, he will immediately come back to me and run together with me. So he is a great pleasure with that. And we also have 3 horses, and they also need discipline, they need routine, and they need structure in their lives. And the same is with children. Children need structure. They know they have a safe place that they can come back to, where they will be secure and where they are loved. And the same applies exactly to children. So again, a happy family is a well-disciplined family, whether it is with youngsters in your family or whether it was with animals in your family, it boils down to exactly the same thing. Back to you, Mr.
Thank
Taylor.
you. Thank you very much, Marina, for sharing such an insightful idea. I agree with you that, a family actually is not only the physical thing. I think mostly it's a spiritual and mental connection between each other in the family. Thank you very much for sharing. Now I think it's the time to wrap up. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for having all of you to answer my questions, and I hope you have enjoyed this session and prepared you to your next level in life in communication. Now get back to you, Harry.
Thank you for your amazing table topic session, DTM Bruce Yu. The host to present the table topic poll, please. Next is our evaluation section. So the evaluation section, speaker number 1, evaluated by Toastmaster Mr. Kannan. Please welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Who is the general evaluator? Is it me?
General evaluator, ma'am, Toastmaster Amy Siong, as per agenda.
Yeah, right. Harry, you need to hand over to Amy, and Amy will start the evaluation section. So just a small thing.
So,
Okay.
Yes.
so I think there is a mistake. I had thought I was an individual evaluator for Juana, but yeah, actually, yeah, nice. But I did not notice I'm the general evaluator.
Either way, it's not a problem. Either way, Amy, Toastmaster Amy, if you can do the general evaluation, it is fine. If you are not able to do, then I will take it. Either way is fine.
Okay, please, you can take the general evaluator.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Sorry for the small glitch. I was under the impression that I was only evaluating, but it's not a problem. Toastmasters always provide us with so many challenges, and how good we are there to address them is the key to success. No problem at all for being as an evaluator. Why we like this session? Why we have to be evaluating everyone? This session helps us to improve. It helps us to see what we have done great and where we need improvements. So this is the best session in the Toastmaster meeting that is going to help us out. Having said that, this session, first we will have the speech evaluation, and then we will ask for other reports. And then I will summarize about my evaluation about this meeting. To start with, we are going to start with the speech evaluation. The speech evaluation generally takes between 2 to 3 minutes, and the evaluators are given 30 seconds more to wrap up the session. So speech evaluators, be aware and make sure that you watch the timer for the timing. Toastmaster AB is the timer. So just pin her on your left so that you watch her for the timing. Amy, are you going to evaluate Juana's speech? Are you ready to evaluate? You want to be the speech evaluator, or you want me to evaluate her speech also?
No. Because in the beginning you introduced the Juana's speech.
No problem.
So I didn't make any preparation.
No problem at all. Toastmaster, so I'm going to now wear a speech evaluator hat. I'm going to drop this hat, general evaluator hat, and I'm going to wear the speech evaluator hat. Welcome, Toastmasters, and especially Toastmaster Juana. I was flummoxed by your speech. What a great speech. You have considered your parents as a very important people in your life. I'm trying to immediately match your culture with mine. That is my tendency, to bring all the good things from different cultures and try to match. In my culture also, first we say mom, then dad, then teacher, then only God. Okay, we start with mom. And when you talked about mom and dad and how they have given sacrifice without even wearing the bare necessaries like shoes and dresses, but they were helping the children. Is it not what the parents are? That is one of the greatest thing. I could think that every one of us are going through this, and we have to be thankful to our parents. Thank you, Juana, for bringing that gratitude I could see in that speech. So many positives. I loved your speech. I want to hear that speech again and again from the recording because it was fantastic. I could not see anything that he could have improved. I was thinking, what would have been, what would have been, what would have been. Only thing I could have said, a minor thing, because I didn't expect the sudden close. I was so involved in your speech. Suddenly it was a close. It was concluded. I think that flow could have been a slightly better. And that also I am just telling because I need to find something for improvement. Overall, it's a great speech. Toastmaster Juana, I loved your speech. Back to General Evaluator Kannan. Now I'm going to throw this evaluator hat. I'm going to have the General Evaluator hat. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, now I am going to invite our Toastmaster Vivek Dixit to evaluate Valerie's speech. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, and hello again, everyone. Today, Valerie gave a wonderful speech about small talks. And I just can't believe that it was an impromptu speech, because to me, it looked that it was well rehearsed and well prepared speech. There were so many good things in his speech, but one thing which caught my attention, and I think we all noticed that thing. And Juana also pointed that thing out, and that thing was slide transition. So that's the best part of his speech. When he was speaking and when he was talking about the next thing, then when the slide was moving, at the same time, whatever he was talking about, he was transitioning to that part. So that was the best part. And this is the way a presentation should be given. So that part I liked the best. Then I also liked the audience engagement. He asked questions from the audience, and thereby he drew the audience in. They got more interested in listening to his speech. And then he also gave the summary of his speech in the end. And also in the end, he mentioned the additional resources which people can avail to get more information about his speech or the topic. So those were the good things about his speech. One thing which I can recommend him is about using pauses. I noticed that when he was transitioning from one topic to another, like when he was talking about starting conversation and then to the next part in the middle section of the triangle, when he moved to that, he could have used a little pause or created some suspense. I think that would be great, and it would have enhanced his speech. Overall, it was a very good speech. I liked the pace of his speech. I found him confident, and I also liked the ease of speaking. The way he spoke, it was very good. So that's all from my side, and I wish him good luck for his next speeches. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. What an excellent evaluation. You are always on the top of everything. Thank you, Vivek. I think that I have always told that I do not want to participate in any of the polls. So the best evaluator role is automatically selected, and Vivek is the best evaluator. I already told there is only 2 evaluators and only Vivek is the evaluator. Vivek is the best evaluator. Having said that, there is no need of poll, Toastmaster Amy.
Sorry.
Now I'm good.
I will just update the poll, and
Okay.
then I will set up.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, thanks. Now, next, I'm going to take the evaluation from our role players. Today, I'm going to first invite Toastmaster Mary, the grammarian, for the grammarian's report. Over to you, Toastmaster Mary.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm trying to pull things up. So, I don't really, here you go. So I'm flummoxed because my notes were right in front of me are gone, but okay, so I've got a couple things. One, I heard 2 people use the word flummoxed. One was Thomas and one was common. So thank you. And remember that that word means confused, and I am obviously flummoxed. So the major things that I found today were, one was tense. People would kind of get things like tense out of place, and that was the example that I was just looking for that I can't find. So instead of saying I make it, maybe say I made it. And so that's something to be careful of. The other things I've noticed is a lot of those connector words are getting, and we've said this before, are getting dropped. The is, the to, the are just kind of getting skipped. The one thing that is really positive is that there are not too many filler words anymore. And so everybody has done a great job on trying to resolve that. A couple cool things. Dwana, you said the woman I have become. You also said you had a couple other things that were pretty cool. I liked when you were talked about the golden question, Valerie. So those were some very nice comments that people had. Another one was Bruce when he said, "Fake it till you make it." So those were some cool English phrases that we can all use. So that is my report, and back to you, Khan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mary, for an excellent grammarian report. Next, I'm going to call Toastmaster Marina for the table topics evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Marina.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Well, what I did notice is that 4 out of 7 of the people had questions pertaining to family. And that was something that came through that people are very grateful for. We had Vivek, who started off, who was very grateful for the support of his family and of his company. Then we went on to Avantika, whose question was, what relationship in your life gives you the most stability? It was her sister, and it was just lovely to hear how much love Avantika has for her sister. I had a question about children and relationship with children, which is very important. And then Mary had a question about a mentor, and that turned out to be her mother, who was a great influence on her life and the way that she perceives her life going forward. Very nice question here that Harry had, also his ability to take on advice or critique and how he was able to bring that into his life and to improve, whether it was professional or personal. And then Thomas had a friend who helped him with video games and showed him or advised him that getting video games that actually stimulated him and that could enhance his life instead of just giving him empty information certainly did help. And I think that the table topics were really answered very concisely. The question was answered properly as well. And we learned about how grateful we are for different things in our lives, whether it's a book that gives us great advice, or whether it's our mother or a family member that supports us and also guides us through life. So all in all, just lovely questions. Thank you very much, Bruce, and certainly gave us a lot to think about and to be grateful for. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marina. Fellow Toastmasters, active listening is the skill that Toastmaster Marina has demonstrated now. She has listened to all the table topics very critically and summarized it fantastically. Thank you, Toastmaster Marina, for your table topics evaluation. Now I'm going to call our timer, Toastmaster Abby, to provide the timer's report.
Okay, hello everybody. It was interesting acting as a timer today. I think I struggled initially, but I got round to it as time went on. So I'm going to be stating how long each person spent on each of their roles. And for the speeches, we had 5 to 7 minutes. That was the standard I used. For table topics, 1 to 2 minutes, and for evaluators, 2 to 3 minutes, 3 minutes being the maximum time allowed. For the speeches, Rana spent 5 minutes, 40 seconds, and Valerie spent 7 minutes, about 25 seconds. For the impromptu speeches, we had Vivek, Annie, Avantika, Ari, Mary, Thomas, and Marina. And Vivek spent 1 minute, 20 seconds. Annie spent 2 minutes. Avantika spent 1 minute, 40 seconds. Ari spent 1 minute, 20 seconds. Mary, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Thomas spent more than the time, a little more than the time allotted, 2 minutes, 36 seconds. And Marina, 1 minute, 40 seconds. Apologies if I did not pronounce your name the right way. Evaluators, for the evaluators, Kanan, you spent exactly 2 minutes. So so I couldn't put up the background. Vivek spent 2 minutes, 10 seconds. And Mary, for the grammarian, you spent 1 minute, about 55 seconds. And Marina, 1 minute, 50 seconds, about 50 seconds. And so that was how we allotted the time for today. That was the time used for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. I do not think I have missed any of the role players' report, so I am going to quickly go for my evaluation. We started on time. We had our agenda filled before the meeting. Thanks to all the Toastmasters for taking the role at the last minute and be ready with that. One thing I would always say is that we provide the agenda so that the guest can always use the agenda. I think that some of the guests were asking for the agenda and I could not see that in the chat for some time. So in future, we need to make sure that the agenda is put on the chat so that anybody can use that. And that's the only one small improvement I could say that is required in the start of the meeting. Then our Toastmaster of the day, Hari, took over. Last week, I remembered Hari was worried whether he could do the role very well because he has joined very recently. Only this is his third meeting, I think. But I insisted him that he has to take this role. And Hari, you did a fantastic job. Absolutely phenomenal. You went through very well, introduced everyone, talked to everyone. I would say that you did a great job. As a Toastmaster of the day, fantastic job.
Thank you.
All the role players have been introduced properly. And I was not aware that I was a general evaluator. Apologize for that in case I missed it, but it is not a big deal. We could take it at that point of time. The table topic session was conducted very well, and distinguished Toastmaster Bruce Yu is a veteran in the table topics, and we can learn a lot from him. He can, even on the fly, can prepare the table topic question. It was a great session and a great evaluation also, table topics. When we move to the evaluation, I already mentioned that is the one thing we need to make sure. Once we have the agenda finalized, then that small hitch also would not have been there. The evaluation went very well. And one positive thing is that we have guests who have attended this meeting from other Toastmasters. I think I have met Jesse Chang in the Singapore Toastmasters. Others are new to me, but I welcome all the guests. Guest participation really helped us a lot, and we could also learn from them how to improve our Toastmaster meeting. And I also liked that the guests participated in the table topics also, and the voting also. Overall, it's a great meeting. We continue to learn. We learn to improve, and we improve to learn. Thanks for that. And having said that, I'm going to yield my lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day so that we can ask for the guest feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kannan. Thank you very much. So guest feedback. Sorry, guest feedback. If anybody's.
You can lead. You can give it to President. You can give it to President.
Yeah.
He will ask. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. President, Mr. Valerie, please take over for the guest feedback.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you so much for your performance today. It was a lovely session, and thank you for taking it so early in your Toastmasters career. Really appreciate it. You have done very, very well. Good job today. Congratulations. Wow, it was a great meeting. I really enjoyed the topic. It was really interesting to hear your stories, and Juana, your story was amazing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you everyone for sharing your personal stories and your life tips and let's say life hacks as well. Before we announce best performance of this meeting, I would like to ask our guests about how they enjoyed our meeting. And I will start with Abby, who was performing as a timer today. Abby, you have done a great job, but we would like to hear how it feels.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I will say that was a little challenging because initially I think I didn't get the timings exactly as it should. Like I knew the 1 minute timing, and then maybe the 30 seconds wasn't exactly accurate. The seconds after wasn't exactly accurate. But with time, I adjusted and it was easier. So I believe the next time I take on the role, I should glide through it easily. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, so thank you so much for taking this role. It's always challenging, but you will learn how to manage those things at the same time. But it's really important that you enjoyed it, and thank you for sharing. And I hope I know it's really early in the morning, so I hope you stay strong the whole day. Thank you, and I would like also to ask our fellow Toastmasters from BVI Club to share their experience with the meeting today. And I will start with Annie. Annie?
Okay, thank you so much, President. And it's very interesting for me because I use everything is new because we use another online meeting room, which called Tencent meeting. So I noticed that the voting session is totally different with us. And I joined this meeting. I noticed that a lot of speakers, which inspired me a lot. And I really like tonight's meeting's topic, which is gratitude, and which remind my mother and my dog as well. So, and also I'm really looking forward to our joint meeting, which is on February 22nd, I guess. So I still need some like details, like for example, who is the meeting manager, so that we can maybe chat on WhatsApp or send email to discuss the details about our joint meeting. So all in all, I really like tonight's meeting. So really looking forward to our next joint meeting together. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Oh, it was really interesting to hear that you are using different schemes. So that's something to learn from us. Absolutely. Let's discuss how we organize. Let's see which date fits best. So let's stay after this meeting and discuss those details. And I would like to ask bodies members and also our officers to stay after the meeting so we can jointly talk about this event. Thomas, how your experience in the meeting? Can you share your feelings?
All right, sure. So I think my club president Annie has discussed about the cooperation stuff. So I'll just share about some personal feelings. So the biggest point that I have experienced is the variety of your meeting as buddies, because you know, as an online club, we have Be With You. Our club Be With You has members from different regions and provinces of China. But I think you buddies, I think buddies are even greater because you have members from different countries and different continents. We have, yeah, you have members from Canada, from Mexico, and also South Africa. But anyway, you can all chat with each other with no flawlessly, and I think that's what inspires me the most. And I also experienced that everyone here is so friendly because you can always see a lot of comments in the chat box recognizing your meeting and recognizing your role. I think that's something that we can take a lesson from you, because our chat box are kind of like more silent than Buddy's chat box. And anyway, thank you for inspiring and in this meeting, and I'm really looking forward to the joint meeting with Buddies. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, actually, I would say Zoom doesn't have a really good chat tool. You usually lose some messages, especially those that sent privately, but we are trying hard to learn it, to use it. And sometimes it goes better, sometimes it goes much better. Thank you for sharing. And I would like to ask, I'm sorry, Elit, right? I still have a little bit trouble to pronounce your name. Please teach me.
Sorry. My name is Ilnik. I think Thomas and Annie already make a summary about what I wanted to say. And today's experience is pretty special for me actually, because I never have a meeting with Buddies before, and it seems Buddies Club has more members from different countries instead compared with our clubs. Like what Thomas said, because our clubs more we have those members, most of them come from the different district of China, but not really from different countries. So I think that's also the reason why we want to have a joint meeting together, so that we can know each other in a better way, like to make more friends from different cultural background. Yeah, that's what we are looking forward to have. But here is one thing I'm curious about is because you bodies normally use Zoom to have a meeting together, right? But in China we normally use Tencent meeting. I don't know, have you ever heard of that one before? So we are actually thinking about like one way we both can use to have a joint meeting successfully. So maybe we can talk about those details afterwards, after the meeting, and to talk about like yeah, that's the things I'm concerned. So I think that's the one we can talk about afterwards. And also another one is because the process of your meeting is slightly different compared with our meeting. So here is also some other details we can talk about afterwards as well. Because when we do the vote stuff, we normally will post the link after the meeting almost finished, but not like all of a sudden once if the speaker finished, then we just vote for him or her. Normally we just vote for everyone after our meeting almost finished, then we'll vote for everyone. So here is some some small things like slightly different with us. But yeah, I think talk in terms of these details, we can talk about the things after this meeting finish. We don't need to like spend more time to talk about it, but we can talk about it by using our emails and to find out an appropriate way to have a good joint meeting together. Yeah, I think that's all about my moment of truth, I think. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. It's nice to hear that there are different ways to conduct the meeting, and we would like, I guess, to try something new. Let's discuss this part after this meeting. But thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for telling us that that you enjoyed our meeting. It's lovely to hear that. All right, and then without any further ado, let me jump into the last part of the meeting and announce our best performance. And we will start with best speaker of the day. And the best speaker of the day by club members and guests is Juana. Juana, congratulations. It was a really good speech, and thank you for sharing. And the next one, best table topic speaker. A table topic speaker was talking about how to make a great family, and it's also about humans and dogs. And the best table topic speaker is Marina. Thank you, Marina. Best evaluator is Vivek. And the best facilitator of this meeting is our Toastmaster of the day, Harry. Harry, well done, very well done. It was lovely meeting. Thank you for putting so much energy and preparing everything. Thank you. Oh, it was great meeting. I'm on the run a little bit, so I'm not I'm on the phone. Sorry for that, but it was great, and thank you for supporting during the meeting. And with that, I would like to say thank you everyone who took a role, everyone who spoke today, and everyone who joined us today. And with that, I would like to ask our Surgeon Arm Emmy to stop the recording.